You who loves Halloween? What is something you love about Halloween? Can you type into the chat? Is Halloween something that you celebrate? It has a bit of a bad rap in Asia, right? It's seen as something that's not nice, but in USA, it's something that's really fun and really crazy. Who knows? Oh, and look at this is my skeleton friend here. In USA, Halloween is the second most biggest holiday to Christmas. So I'm Professor Halloween Doodler, and I've got my big ears here. Oh, my ear fell off. Sorry. I had these big, cool ears because listening is so important when you're drawing, but they're hard to keep on my head because they fall off. They get stuck in this crazy purpley hair. We're just going to do a quick doodle exercise here. So what I'm going to invite you to do is make some random doodle shapes. So like that, random doodles, a couple random doodles on a page, big ones, small ones. And I'm going to take my other color marker and I'm going to turn these little squiggly lines into monsters, into Halloween monsters, any kind of funny monsters. Zelig, you want to do that? Turn those into funny monsters for us? Oh, okay. So he's busy doodling away. So while he's doing that, I'm gonna take one of these doodles and turn it into a funny monster with horns. Add some big monstery eyes. Those monsters have teeth, right? They might have spikes on their back. They might have scary feet of some kind. Nose. Okay. Very cool. And I'm going to make another monster over here. He's like a flying monster. I don't know, with a weird tail or something. So we're doodling some monsters together. Okay. Cool. Oh, while Zelig's doodling away. Okay, very cool. Can we invite you to show your doodle monsters? Okay, and Zelig's drawing his. Very cool.
Daddy doodle.
What?
That's
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yay. So what do we just do? We started with a doodle, a random shape, then we added something to it. We added lines, we added marker, we made it into a face, you added monster elements like fangs and claws and stuff. So that's what our brain loves. Our brain loves putting things together, and that's what stories are, right? We're putting things together, connecting the dots, like Steve Jobs said, right? Creativity is just about connecting things. Steve Jobs is the famous guy that made Apple Computer, a famous product that many of you have. So we're just connecting things. Our brain loves that. So what we're going to be doing is drawing and storytelling. And I've got my friend here with me. So what are some of your favorite Halloween characters? Can someone type in what is your favorite Halloween character? Let's draw a couple of these guys. Let's see.
Can you draw the simplest thing? Maybe a spider web.
oh, yeah, a spider web.
Spider web?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, see, Zelig.
Spider webs. Drawing.
Watermelon.
A spider web. It's just a series of lines that connect together like this, right?
Done.
Combination of simple
Done.
shapes,
Done.
simple lines like this, and then you just connect them together. Yeah, this is just lines. So there's a simple spider web. And of course, the spider web has, what does it have inside? It has a big scary spider coming out. So I just draw this body like a little egg-shaped thing. Then you do a head circle and do a couple of lines. So you want to finish the spider with some lines? Very cool. So why do we love drawing? Why do I do this? Why do I love drawing? Because number one, because of this guy, Zelig, because kids love to draw. But when you get older, like your mommies and daddies, you think that drawing is not so fun anymore because you've got to do the right thing. And so we stop drawing a little bit. And then we lose that connection with that creativity, that curiosity, and that power of our imagination. So drawing helps us to connect back with that. So Zelig's drawing a spider web that turns into a crazy maze, it looks like. Be careful of the background, honey. Be careful of the background. Okay. Anything else? What else to draw, Irene? Choose one, please. I can't see the chat at all. Can you tell me?
Oh, okay. All right, ghost.
What? Zelig, can we draw a ghost? Here. Wait, here. Let's draw a ghost here.
A witch.
Okay. This is just our warm-up. Are you drawing with us? Whoa.
A witch.
A ghost. Okay, where's the eye?
Ghost, like
That's
that.
good.
Just a simple, like, upside down letter U. And then a couple of little blobby shapes here. And then, of course, you want to add his eyes. Add some eyes. If you want him to be a friendly ghost or a scary ghost, what kind of mouth do you want? Whoa. Whoa. Maybe he's a friendly ghost and he's saying, howdy. You can draw a little speech bubble like that.
1, 2, 3.
And turn your ghost, make it come alive. More fun that way.
Is it Casper?
I think so. Casper is the friendliest ghost. And then I can add a shadow here.
I
Give it a bit of color.
draw the spooky ghost.
That's
I love it.
cool. I love to see that.
Make some light here and make spooky ghosts and shadows.
Ooh.
Do you like making shadows at night? The shadows become ghosts. Oh, I like this one. Oh. Okay. And what else do you want to draw? So this is just a warm up. We'll do one more
Bats.
animal, and then we'll do a drawing.
Bats.
What?
Bats.
Bats? You love bats? Oh, let's draw some bats, Zelig. Look at the witch. This cute, the witch with a long nose and a wart on her nose. Very good. When I draw a bat, all I do is again, the body is here. It's like an egg-shaped body. Then the wing is just like 2 slices of pizza. Like that.
2 slices of pizza.
like that. And then I can make the pizza has a few bites on it on the side, right? Or it wasn't cut very well, so I pull it out and it gets ripped a bit like that. Then I can add a little head here with 2 triangle ears. And then just color it in. I can color it in quickly like this. Da, 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 da. Is that a good bat? Is that okay? Well, our drawing is looking a little bit like Irene's cool background a bit. Okay, great. Zelig, are you guys ready for story time?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you want to, what? Yeah. Mhm. It is, yeah. Okay, very good. So while we're drawing and reading a story, Zelig's going to be drawing behind us. Yeah. And he's going to be drawing behind us on over here, Zelig, on this one. On this one here. Here, honey. You need the stool or what? Or you can reach this one. I made you reach it, right? You might need to take off your cool hat. Okay. Ready? Whoa. This hair is a bit tricky.
Why?
Okay. Great. So who's familiar with this story?
Gruffalo.
Are you familiar with this story?
Gruffalo.
When you hear this name Gruffalo, what does it make you think of? Make a face.
Gruffalo.
What it makes you think of? Hairy, fangs, a big wart on the end of your nose, purple prickles on your back. Zelig has a little drawing he's going to share with you. Okay, so we're gonna listen to the story. We're gonna read the story, and we're gonna show you the story here, and then we're gonna pause and draw each of the characters from the story. Are you ready, Zelig?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hooray! 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 Hooray!
ready?
Hooray! 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 Hooray!
Okay.
Hooray!
ready?
Hooray! 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 Hooray!
Okay. Okay. Okay, hold on. Zelig, don't touch that. Don't touch that.
Hooray! Hooray!
Okay, ready with the story?
Hooray! Hooray!
Okay. Okay, hold on. Zelig, don't touch that. Don't touch that. Okay, ready with the story? Okay. Okay. Okay, hold on. Zelig, don't touch that. Don't touch that. Okay. Okay, ready with the story? Okay. Okay. Okay, hold on. Zelig, don't touch that. Don't touch that. Okay. Okay, ready with the story? Okay.
Alec,
Okay, hold on. Zelig, don't touch that. Doing. That's weird. Okay. Okay, ready with the story?
Alec,
Okay, hold on. Zelig, don't touch that. Doing. That's weird. Okay. Okay, ready with the story?
Alec,
Okay, hold on. Zelig, don't touch that. Doing. That's weird. Okay. Okay, ready with the story?
Alec,
Okay, hold on. Zelig, don't touch that. Doing. That's weird. Okay. Okay, ready with the story?
Alec,
Okay, hold on. Zelig, don't touch that. Doing. That's weird. Is there an echo, Irene?
Alec. Yes, I have no idea.
Is there an echo, Irene?
It's very spooky. Alec. Yes, I have no
Sorry, I don't
idea.
know what that is about. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so Zelig, are you ready for the storytelling?
Yep.
Has everyone got some marker and pen? So we're gonna do.
Hooray!
Here's how we can do it. Here. Okay.
The Gruffalo, the Poo-Poo-O.
Okay. Okay. Let's do our storytelling. And
Why?
wait, not him. He's here to the side. First one, get the first one. Okay. All right. So let's do our storytelling. So once upon a time, this is called the Gruffalo. Once upon a time, there was a mouse. And he was walking through the forest. And as he was walking through the forest, he came across the. Zelig, what does fox do? He came across the fox who came out of his hole where he lives. And what did the fox say? The fox said, I think I would like to invite you for lunch. Where's his lunch number? Here. The fox said, will you join me for lunch? And will you join me in my rocky home for lunch? And the mouse said, join you for lunch? Oh no, I'm having lunch with a Gruffalo. And the mouse said, a Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo? And the mouse said, the Gruffalo, didn't you know? Why, he has terrible tusks and terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible jaws and all these terrible things. And then the fox says, where are you meeting him? I'm meeting him over here by the rocks. And his favorite food is roasted fox. So what does the fox do, Zelig? Roasted fox. Oh no, I'm scared. I'm getting out of here. Bye. Woo. And he ran away. And the mouse said, silly fox, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffalo? And as the mouse carried on through the forest, he came across the owl who swooped down from his treetop house. And the owl said, oh, look at you, tasty little mouse. Would you come and have tea in my treetop house? In this case, the owl says, have tea in my treetop house. And the mouse says, oh, that's frightfully nice of you, but I'm going to have tea with a Gruffalo. And what does the owl say? A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo? Mouse says, don't you know? A Gruffalo has knobbly knees. Where's Gruffalo? He has knobbly knees and turned out toes. Where's Gruffalo? And turned out toes and a poisonous wart at the end of his nose. And where are you meeting him? Over here by the stream. And his favorite food is owl ice cream. And what does the owl say? Oh no, I'm out of here. Bye-bye. I don't want to have owl ice cream. Okay, so the mouse carries on through the forest. Dun, 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 dun. After the owl is scared away, he carries on through the forest. And then next he comes across the the snake who comes out of his stack of logs, and the snake says, "Where are you going, little mouse?" And the snake says, "Would you come and have tea in my log pile house?" And the mouse says, "Oh, that's awfully nice of you, but I'm having a feast with the Gruffalo." "A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo?" "Didn't you know, snake? A Gruffalo, everybody knows the Gruffalo. Why, he has orange, his eyes are orange. And he has purple prickles all over his back.
And his tongue is black.
And his tongue is black." And the snake says, "Where are you meeting him?" "I'm meeting him over here by the lake. And his favorite food is
Scrambled snake.
scrambled snake." And what does the snake do? "Ah, scrambled snake, I'm out of here. No way, bye." And notice Mouse says, "Silly snake, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffalo?" Ha 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 ha. So the mouse decides to keep carrying on, but let's pause there for a minute and let's draw some of these characters. So what did we do just now? First of all, we had a mouse. And Zelig, you want to draw some of them on the board here? We had a mouse. So in the Padlet, Irene will share with you a little, there's a reference for these if you want to look at it, maybe later. Yeah. So let's draw some of these little characters. Zelig, you want to draw on the board here? Or you want to draw on this one? You draw on the board, honey?
On the board.
Okay, let's draw it on the board. Let's draw the mouse first. We're just gonna have a pause for some drawing. You need the tape. You need that one? You need that chair? Oh, okay. Here's your. Okay, well, he's drawing. I'm gonna also draw with you. Yeah. You're gonna draw the characters, the mouse and the fox and the owl. Can you guys all see him okay? I hope so. There you go. Okay. Let's have a draw. And yeah, okay. So everything that we draw, we can draw it with. Here's a little tip. Here's a little tip for learning. You can draw any idea using a combination of simple shapes, these five simple shapes: circle, square, triangle, random cloud shape, and line. Using these simple shapes, you can draw any idea. Let's have a go. So first of all, the little mouse can be, you draw two ears here and draw the circle. You can add a little bit of a triangle there. Add some dotted eyes. Yeah. Then you can draw this kind of bean shape. Many animals can be just a simple bean shape. And Zelig's drawing one with giant, super duper ears. That's so cool. You can draw any kind you like. So here's a simple mouse. And I just put little arms like that. Little stick arms is easy. Is that easy? Can you see it? Maybe I can turn that a bit here. A little bit. So is that cool? Yeah. And then you can have these little stick feet. And a mouse has whiskers, some little details. And if you want to add shadow, it looks nice with a shadow a little bit. And I always like to give them a line at the bottom so he's not floating in the air. Okay, so there's a mouse. And what else did we draw? Besides the mouse, the first animal he met was let's just draw one of these. He met the fox and the owl and the snake. Which one do you want to draw?
Draw everything.
You want to draw everything? Okay, let's draw the owl. Yeah, the snake's pretty easy. He's just like a line with a little tongue and some funny, cool eyes. Let's draw the owl. Yeah, shall we draw an owl together? Okay. Cool. So again, simple shapes. Look at the owl and study what are the shapes there. You see a couple of circles. triangle for ears, triangle for his beak, and then these kind of, partial circles that become his wings, and the little egg-shaped body. Let's try the owl over here. I start with a circle for the head, add a couple of ears like this, 2 big eyes, and a beak, and there's his head, and a little egg-shaped body. A couple of lines there. I can give him 2 little claws, and owls always look cool when they're on a branch. Yeah, and then add the decoration is important. Some little texture here for the wings. And Zelig's drawing the snake and the owl. Very cool, Zelig. I love it. And again, some color. Little simple color. You can color much better than this. But this is to show you when you're like, if you're in school and you're taking notes, you can take notes like this with simple pictures, add words, add ideas to it, add speech bubbles, right? And then you're telling a story. Not like what we're doing here, but like visual notes. Okay, so what do you think happens in the story? So far, the mouse met our mouse. He met the fox, and then he met the owl, and he also met the snake. But did he meet the gruffalo? What happens to him? Don't you know? There's no such thing as a gruffalo, but the mouse is pretty clever, isn't he? Because he's saving himself, right? By telling a story, and everyone else gets scared. So let's come back to our story, and Zelig will continue to draw back there. Yeah?
Done.
How's Zelig doing, everybody?
Done.
Oh my goodness. He filled up the whole board full of the characters. Very nice. Look at that. Hey, we can't see you in the camera here, buddy. Ah, very nice. Okay, so let's come back to our story and just finish up the story. Here, we gotta move all these guys away for the moment and just have our mouse. So the mouse was walking after he met all the animals, and suddenly he came across the gruffalo came up. Huh? And the gruffalo said, "What? Who are you?" And the gruffalo said, I'm the gruffalo. And the mouse said, "You're the gruffalo? There's such a real thing as a gruffalo?" He didn't know, because he was only making up stories. And then the gruffalo said, I'm hungry. You look like you would be a very tasty snack on a piece of toast.
Bread.
On a piece of bread. You'll taste good on a slice of bread.
Did.
Good, said Mouse. Don't call me good. I'm the scariest creature in all of this wood.
Did.
Just walk behind me and soon you'll see everyone is afraid of me. He needs to stay here. Everyone is afraid of me. The gruffalo says, okay, sure. I don't believe you, but let's take a walk. So they take a walk, and the gruffalo is behind the mouse, and they come across a hiss in the forest. And right, they're walking and they come across a hiss in the forest, and they see the snake. And the mouse says, "Hey, snake, look at me. Do you want to join me for lunch?" And the snake says, "Oh no, I'm out of here." And he runs away. And they continue walking, the gruffalo and the mouse, and they hear some rustling in the woods. Oh, they hear they hear the hoo-hoo up in the tree, and they're walking, and then they see the owl, and the mouse says, "Hey, owl, look at me. I've got the gruffalo." And what did the owl say? "Oh no, I'm out of here." They fly away. And then they keep walking, and then they hear a sss in the bush, and and they hear the rustling in the bush, and then out comes the fox. And the mouse says, "Hey, fox, look." He comes out of his little home, and he says, "Hey, fox, look, I've got the gruffalo." And the fox says, "Oh no, I'm scared." And he runs away. And then is that all of them? That's all of them. And so, and then so the mouse says to Gruffalo, so see, Gruffalo, I really am the scariest animal in all of the woods. And the Gruffalo says, I think you're true. And then the mouse says, oh no, I think I'm hungry. The mouse says, I think I'm hungry. And you know what my favorite food is? It's
Gruffalo crumble.
Gruffalo crumble. Thanks, Zelig. Gruffalo crumble. Oh no. And the Gruffalo says, I'm out of here. Gruffalo crumble. I'm out of here. And he runs away. Oh dear. And there's my phone again. And he runs away. Okay. So, and then the mouse says, now I'm really hungry and I want to sit down on my woods and eat, where's his nut? So the mouse goes and sits on the woods and eats a nut, and it was good. Okay, so do you like that story? Were you scared of the Gruffalo? Was the mouse clever? He was very clever to overcome his fear by making a story, and then everyone ran away. So Zelig, do you want to
We
draw?
like this story.
Thank you. Do you want to, Zelig, do you want to draw a Gruffalo? Can you draw a?
Is there more stories to tell?
I don't know.
What was the? Do you remember the description of the Gruffalo? What color was his eyes?
Orange. Orange.
If his eyes were orange, then I better add some. So you want to add some orange? You want to add some orange? Don't look at that.
Yes, yes.
Here,
What?
come here, Zelig. Okay, let's draw some orange. Zelig, you want to draw some orange eyes? I'm going to make his eyes orange here. And what colors were the prickles on his back? You remember? Zelig, come here and draw with me, buddy. This one, the color. What color were the prickles on his back?
I can't wait to see what the twin has drawn.
Remember the color of the prickles on his back? I'm giving you a clue right here. It's in my hand. It's also in my hair. He had purple prickles on his back, and Zelig's drawing him on the background. Zelig, you want to draw your Gruffalo? Oh, we already drew him. You want to add the color of the Gruffalo here, buddy? He had purple prickles. What color was his tongue? Do you remember the color of his tongue? What color was the tongue? It was in my hand. It was black. That's pretty gross. But this is a funny story of the Gruffalo. And what about his knees? He had knobbly knees, so I can draw knobbly knees here. And he had big claws, so I can draw big claws on his fingers. Did you draw your Gruffalo? Where'd that go, David? Do you want to color your Gruffalo behind, buddy? Purple prickles. Okay. I hope that's fun for everybody. Can you show us your Gruffalo drawings? Can we see them? Okay. Whew. Can we see your Gruffalo drawings, and maybe Irene can take a screen capture? Thank you, everybody. Wow, very cool. Wow, Ed, your Gruffalos are next level, man.
Wow, I mean, so nicely.
Nice.
Oh, so cute, the two of you. That's amazing.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Well, I love that
Oh,
Gruffalo.
love it, love it, love it.
Big,
Thank you.
oh, let me turn on my thing here. Okay, can you see Zelig? Oh, here we go.
Can we see Zelig's drawing too?
Can you see Zelig's drawing? Zelig, can you show us your drawing of your Gruffalo behind? Zelig has some other characters he wants to bring in. Okay. Cool. Here's Zelig's drawing. Zelig, you want to tell us about your drawing, your Gruffalos back there? Here's his Gruffalo. Can you see it okay? Here's the Gruffalos, the orange eyes, and the purple prickles, and the big black tongue, and the big wart on the end of his nose. The point. Zelig reminds us the poisonous wart on the end of his nose. And here's the snake with his tongue. Look at the lines of the snake. And here's the owl with the wings, and here's the fox. And look at this mouse, man. Look at that. You think the mouse is a good listener? Zelig, who's this guy? Was he in the story?
No.
Who is he?
Minecraft.
It's a Minecraft. Zelig loves a Minecraft. And here's a simple mouse with simple elements, circles, triangles, and lines, and ow. And just now, we didn't get to see all these characters that Zelig has set up here. Here's Zelig's friends. Megalodon become the vampire. Fluffy, the dog, become the mummy wrapped up. And here's Bow Bow, the famous elephant, is the witch. And who's this guy? Who can guess who's this guy? The ghost? Anyone can guess?
A clue. It starts with a letter O.
It starts with the letter O, so Zelig. Anyone can guess who's this ghost with the carrot nose? And here's some Lego skeletons. It's Olaf. Very good. Is it correct, Zelig?
Yep.
It's Olaf.
Is there more drawings to draw?
Yeah, we will. Zelig, do you want to tell us about your oranges here? Zelig, you want to tell us about these guys? Tell us about your carrot, these guys. These are little budget jack-o'-lanterns. Right? And Zelig wanted to make them different. Wanted to make them different emotions, happy, sad, and angry, so that it's okay to be sad sometimes, right? And not always to have to be happy. So we wanted to be inclusive, right? With his little Halloween decoration. A few more other things here that we created, and some ghosts. And some... I hope you love that. And you can create your own stories. Did you like this? These little sticks. You can create little stories. They're just little cardboard cutouts on a stick to make into a story. It's pretty easy to do. You know, drawing helps to energize our creativity. Absolutely. Okay. So can you type into the chat, what's something that you're scared of? We're going to do a little fun drawing exercise with this. What's something you're scared of? Are you scared of spiders? Are you scared of like animals, dogs, cats? Are you scared of the dark? Scared of, who knows what is this? We've all come to know this over the last couple of years, right? Virus. And here's some other common fears, right? That we might think of. And Zelig's putting a little skeleton in here. Maybe you're scared of heights, scared of nothingness, scared of failure, right? Many of us adults might say, I'm scared of failure. So what's something you're scared of? If you can just type that in the chat. And what are some of the responses, Irene, that you see in there? Read them out. Scared of zombie, scared of rat, my wife. Oh dear. Luke and Maya say spider.
Edwin is Stacy, okay?
Draw pumpkins. Okay. Okay, so I want you to, if you can create just a little paper with four sections on it like this, I'll show you how you can do that. You can just fold it in half like that. Yeah. And then fold it another time. And now you have a paper with 4 sections. Okay, 4 sections. And then you can label them sections 1, 2, and 3, and 4 like this. Well, Zelig's putting all these little Minecraft skeletons and Lego spiders and whatnot on our table here. That's cool. Let's put these to the side for the moment so I can show my picture here. Okay, if you got a paper with 4 sections, and then over here is, can you put, what is it that you're scared of in the number 2? What is it that you're scared of? Can you put that there?
Hello.
And you can just write the word, or you might draw it. Right, number 2. Oops. Like maybe I would say, how can I be the best dad? Right? So maybe I'm scared of not being the best dad. And then, so maybe that's something I'm scared of, and it's just in my mind. So it's like a thought bubble. And then over here, I can draw a picture in number 1. Draw a picture of how you feel. Draw a picture of yourself. So when I draw a picture, I like to just draw a little body like that, then a little head. Maybe my hands are up by my head because I'm feeling scared. And how do I feel? How do I stand when I'm scared? Maybe there's something like this happening. Maybe I have questions. Yeah.
Dark, dark, dark.
So what am I scared of? And then how do you feel? And Zelig says scared of the dark. So if you're scared of the dark, how would you draw that? Okay.
Dark, dark,
Good.
dark, dark.
Good. If you're scared of the dark, maybe you draw just like dark lines. If you're scared of spiders, you can draw that. If you're scared of your wife, you might draw you and your wife. Okay. You're scared of. And then down here, number 4 is when you overcome that, how will you feel? Number 4. How will you feel? So maybe you're feeling like Superman and like that, right? With a cape. Da-da. And yay, I feel good. I can add a little speech bubble. Okay, so far you drew what you're afraid of. If it's scary, spiders, cockroach, zombies, rats, virus, and a picture of yourself, how you feel, and then how you feel when you've overcome that fear. Don't say that. And then here, and number 3 is what's an action that you can take? What can you do? What's something you can do? So what's something I can do to overcome my fear of not being a better dad? I can spend more time just sitting on the ground and playing, right? With Zelig. Just spend every time playing, every day, spend some time playing, right? So I'm gonna put a little clock here for some time, maybe just 10 minutes playing with Z. So one action that I can take, yeah? Okay. And if you're not sure, that's okay. You can do it later. But this is just showing us the mouse. He took an action when he was afraid. He made a story about the Gruffalo that scared everybody away. And then he got what he wanted, which was he got to survive another day, right? That's the action that the owl took. So what's an action that you can take? Sometimes just you can talk about it, or you can draw it, or write it, or you can talk to your mom and dad, right? If you're scared of something. Okay. Great. Can I invite you to hold up your drawing? Are you okay to hold up your drawing just now about this one? What are you scared of? Is this helpful? And mommies and daddies, this is also a way of problem solving, right? Using storyboards. Same as they do with, making movies and making, books and so on. And you can use this as part of design thinking, is storyboarding, problem solving. Just simplify it into the scenario. What's the challenge? How do you feel? What's the end result? And then what's an action? What's the next step or a first step? Very good. Okay. Zelig, you want to do some more drawing? Drawing is a great way to bridge that gap between our head, what we know, and our heart is what we feel, right? And that's the key to communication. And just some other thoughts here to support us is maybe you need to give yourself permission to be more creative, to overcome fear of drawing. 9 out of 10 adults say, I can't draw. So they have a fear of drawing, fear of drawing out. So I want to acknowledge us for today for at least facing one of those fears of drawing out and having a go. Okay, can we hold up our pictures? Sorry if I was still talking. Can we put up our drawings and maybe Irene can take a picture of our what are you scared of? Cockroach, virus. I want to draw those. Can I draw those? Cockroach or virus? Zelig, you want to draw a cockroach?
I didn't get the picture.
Oh, okay.
Let's do again, okay?
Okay,
One.
nice. With the virtual background, it's going to be tricky, but
Yeah.
nice. Thank you for drawing.
Done.
All right.
Nice.
Thank you.
I didn't hold mine up.
Oh, you didn't know. Okay, again.
Again.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay,
Oh, wait, no.
so what are some of the things? Let's draw some of the things you said you're afraid of.
Done.
I heard a cockroach. I like cockroaches. I mean, I don't really like them. Let's have a draw.
Me too.
Okay, Zelig, you want to draw some things? Okay, so it's 11:30, but if you want to stay on, we can still draw for a few more minutes together, if that's okay. I like a cockroach. You know, animals you can draw just like that, just like this little sausage shape. Cockroach, you can give him a head. And of course, they have these long feelers to find their way. And then you have, plenty of little legs here. And they have some little eyes and they have wings like that, right? There's a cockroach. Is that good? Good? A pumpkin, you can start with a circle. And it helps sometimes to have a pencil as a reference. Yeah. But pumpkin's not quite a circle. It's more of a bit ovally. So I use the circle as a starting point. Yeah. And then it has that the stem at the top. Here's a fun fact. Does anyone know where did Halloween originate from? What country? And I can draw some eyes here. You can draw any kind of eyes, but it's like cutouts, right? And you can add some little teeth here. And of course, pumpkin has these little lines, which is the texture of the thing. And then of course, pumpkin is orange, isn't it? Sandy, you want to draw a pumpkin? And anyone know where does the tradition of pumpkin come from? It's from a guy who was said to be not a good guy. So he traveled around with only a gourd. A pumpkin is a gourd and a candle to light his way. And his name was Jack. And he was from Ireland. So Ireland always has many last names with the letter O, like O'Loughlin or O'Shaughnessy or something. So they called him Jack O'Lantern. That's from Ireland. That's where the tradition of this comes from. What else you want to draw? A virus. A virus is easy.
Why?
When you draw your fears, you bring them to light. And that helps to diffuse some of the fear, right? When people, scientists represent the virus, it's like that with those spikes. And then, artists might represent it with a little bit of a scary sort of expression like that. Scary face and eyes and so on. Okay. Anything else you want us to draw? I see a rat. Who can give us something really challenging to draw? Zelig, you want to draw some more? Some more things?
I don't know.
Let's draw a rat. Can you see the rat? Zelig, you want to draw a rat? Okay, Zelig's going to draw a rat over here. If you can see him on the board. I just make it like that, like a half shape. And a rat doesn't have big ears like the mouse. It has little ears. Up, yeah.
Done, Daddy. Daddy, look. Look, Daddy, look.
His long tail.
Daddy, the
Oh.
head is the same side as the butt.
Zelig's doing a rat over here. Let's just take a look.
Daniel,
Tell us about your rat.
the head is the same size as the butt. Is that the same size as the butt?
The head is at the same side as the butt. This is Zelig says about his rat. The head is at the same side of the butt.
Can't
Very
see.
nice. Huh?
Can't see.
Let's see. Then let me give me a second. Then I move this thing.
Yeah.
Here's Zelig's rat. You see the head is at the same size as the butt. Is that right, Zelig? Anything else going to tell us about your rat? Okay, so we'll wrap up in maybe 5 minutes. Is there anything you want us to draw? Any scary things you want us to draw? And Mary, you have something to share? Is it something to share? So we do
A zombie.
A zombie.
A zombie? Very
Yeah,
good.
a zombie, a skunk.
Okay, let's draw a zombie. But before we do that, let's take a look. What did we do today? We did some drawing. So here's what we teach in our workshops is when you can draw any idea, you start by looking and what do you see? What do you imagine? Or maybe you're listening for some idea. If you're in a meeting or if you're at school, you're listening to the teacher and then you see a connection. Just now you drew a little doodle and you saw a connection to make a monster, right? And then you select, means you choose something and then you show it, which means you draw, you put pen to paper. But this is the process of telling a story with pictures. We call it visual storytelling. So we do workshops on this and there's some links we'll share with you of different things we do, sketchnoting with students and visual ideation for parents and adults. And a couple of tips is to let go of your self-criticism and let go of comparison to others. And there's a Padlet link in there, which shows you some of the stuff we did today. We encourage you to open up that Padlet and it's very easy. You just click on the button. Maybe you can share that, Mary. You click on the button.
We have shared it already. We have shared it.
Yeah, no, I mean, share the screen and show it. You can click on the button and then add a picture of your drawing there. Let me just try that.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay. Okay, Irene got it. Cool. So you see the draw together your characters and then, transform your character into a Halloween hero. We didn't do that. And then overcome your fear, visual. So we invite you to wear that plus sign. You want to click that plus sign, Irene? You click that plus sign, then you press the document. And if you take a picture with your drawing and it's in your computer or phone, you can just click on that document and then upload it right into the Padlet. And that way we can share all these different funny things. Okay, thanks, Irene. We can stop that. Okay, so did you guys have fun today? Here's what we can do is let's take one of your characters you drew and turn him into a zombie, because a zombie is just something that comes out of life. Which of these characters do you want to turn into a zombie? Do you want to change the owl into a zombie? Or the mouse? Or can we stop the screen share, please? Thanks. And then which one do you want to turn into a zombie? Is it the owl or the mouse or the snake or the fox? Which one do you want to turn into a zombie?
Or the Gruffalo.
Which one do you want to turn into a zombie? No, don't do that thing. Okay, Zelig, you want to draw a zombie?
The Gruffalo.
He's already a zombie, isn't he? Okay. He looks already like a zombie. Let's start with the mouse first.
Okay. A skunk.
A skunk? Okay, so I'm gonna draw first my mouse here. Just like that. And then I'm gonna turn him into a zombie. How do I do that? I can do the same thing here, but maybe his mouth is open and he's got fangs. And instead of his eyes open like that, his eyes are kind of like, and instead of his hands on his hips, his hands are like this. Yeah. And maybe he has mummy. Yeah, I don't know. We mix them up. Maybe he has mummy things, mummy wraps. Oops. And you draw things around him to make him look like more of a zombie. Now the mouse becomes the zombie. From mouse to zombie mouse. Okay. Do you like that? So you're adding some elements here to change this around. That's also another form of storytelling. Is start with something and change the outcome. Okay. In TV, yeah. Who else do you want to change into a zombie? Teach us to draw pumpkins. What else do you want to draw? Anything else do you want to draw? Thanks everybody for joining.
Thank you, Uncle Tim.
Thank you, Uncle Tim. We have
Thank you, Uncle Tim. We have to eat lunch now. See you
Okay.
soon.
Okay, Zelig, come here. You want to come and say hi? Come and say hi. to
Zelig
everybody.
is 7.
Come.
Say hi, Zelig.
Let's say hi.
Hi, Zelig. We're 5 years old.
Hi, Jelly. You're 5 years old.
Oh, you're 5 years old. Nice. Okay, say hi. Then wave to everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks. See you
Bye.
soon.
With us.
Tell
Hello.
me when you're going to do this again.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Luke wants to know when you're going to do it again.
Yeah.
Wave to everybody.
Okay, say bye.
Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween.
行前啲睇唔到你啊！你睇呢度啊，你嚟媽媽呢邊，因為佢
Thanks for joining us.
So fun.
For giving us your challenges and sharing with us what you're scared of. That's brave to just share what you're scared
怪
of.
喺度，因為你太矮。
And for drawing with us.
And adults, if you are still keen to join us, there's another session on the 8th of November. So the link is on the chat. Right.
That's all your vision.
Vision.
That's an
It's
adult.
also another free program.
So my invitation is be a brave doodle. Keep bringing drawing into your work, into your life, into your school.